Hi there, teachers. In this second video, we're going to use the slides that you have created in the first one, and then we will add it to a Google Classroom that we will make. So, the objectives of this session is for us to make your own Google Classroom. Then you will send your previously created slide through the Google Classroom. We will focus on forms that check quizzes automatically on the third training course. So why do we use Google Classroom? Uh, well, it has a lot of benefits. So it allows the students to see all learning materials easily, and it of course would lessen student and parent inquiry. So it will be a good thing for us to use it. It has a grading sheet. I'll show it to you in a while. And it can remind students to complete their missing work. So I'll give you an example. So this grading sheet is what I have with my Google Class with uh, the grade 12 students. So if you could see in this part, I've blurred their names out, but you will see their names here. Uh, if I've finished grading it, it will display the numbers here. However, if it's not yet submitted and it's already the deadline, uh, you'll see missing over here. Or if they have turned it in but I have not yet graded it, or it's a non-graded activity, it will turn out to be labeled as turned in. So if you use a Google Classroom, it automatically actually makes it for you. So uh, and students will have something like this in their own when they access the Google Classroom. What they will see is this: they will see their grade, which Google automatically computes. There is a turned in note if they have already submitted it. The grade appears when the teacher has already graded their work. So, for example, I've graded the work, so it's 5 over 5. The student will see it there. And if they haven't done something yet, it appears as assigned if it's not yet the deadline. But if it's already the deadline, then missing will appear here. If the student still want to submit it, they still have the option to do the missing work. So how do I make a new Google Classroom? So just like the first video, I'll just walk you through the slide presentation, and then I'll do it again with a new setup. But first, when you go to Google Classroom, so first you click the apps, and then you look for Google Classroom and create a class. So when you create a class, it would be good for you to put a year. That's what I do, because next year you'll still be if you'd still be handling grade 5 mathematics, then it will have the same name. So I put 2020 2021 and a section so that I could find it easily. And then you could actually recycle Google Classroom for an old. So if you already have all of your materials there, you could recycle it for the next school year. So it will be good for you to start putting your materials in one of us sample class, and then you'll just fix everything and put your students there. So when we click the create class, so once you've finished typing in the class name, the section, you'll see something like this. Grade 5 Mathematics 2020-2021. Uh, this one is an automatic addition, but you could actually click select theme if you want. Uh, if I click classwork, I'll be able to add tasks for the students there. If I click people, then I could add students over there. And if I click grades, then I would be able to see the grades of my students. So all students could be added by the use of the invite students. So when you go to people, you'd see uh, invite students. So you don't actually have to type in all of their names. The school has saved all of the names of the students in one section as a specific section. So if you type in G5, all of the sections of the grade 5 level appears. And you just select one of these, then all of the students in grade 5 Daniel, for example, will be added. But for our practice classroom, kindly add G5 test class so that we'll be able to see uh, what your classroom looks like. So when you add G5 test class, what will happen is that the students, the test student 1 and 2, will get an invitation. So your students, when you finally add them, will get an email that looks something like this. Hi, and this his or her name. And then they must click join for them to be able to join it. So an example here is that when I have the class already added, I could see that student 1 has already accepted, has already clicked join, and student 2 uh, has not yet accepted the invitation. But something interesting with Google is that if you have the email address of the parents, you could click the invite guardians and type in the uh, email addresses of the parents. So in that way, Google will send a summary to the parents so that they know which requirements the students have not yet submitted. So for our first task, you're going to make your own trial class. Okay, so and then you'd have to add the section G5 test class. So first, again, you'll just have to type uh, when you uh, invite students, just type G5, then G5 test classes at makatihope.edu.ph will appear, and you just select that one. So first, you'll have to do that. So I'll give you time. You could pause the video and then make your trial class and then add G5 test class. So once you have the classroom, you could go under classwork, click classwork, and then you could create an assignment, a question, or a material. So we'll focus on assignment first. We'll venture into the other formats some other time. But assignment is very nice because if you send a slide just like this one, it makes a copy for all of the students. And the students could actually answer on the slides themselves. And when they turn it in, you'll have a record of what the students did if they answered their slides. So for example, I've inserted a video that I could actually play. So if you send this one to your students, then the video plays, and this one is for preschool. Then uh, for example, type three words that you hear from the video, like dog and boy, something like that. So the students will be able to type it on the slide itself if you send it through classroom assignment. So uh, how do we make this? I'll give you another example first. So uh, they could actually type in vocabulary words. You could insert. So how do you make these? You look for insert, and then you could insert a video or a table. So in our live class, I will show you some examples of of my students' answers and how I check it. So what you'll do now is to edit your slides, and then when you're done, go back to Google Classroom, click classwork, create an assignment, and then when you click assignment, this one appears. So you could put in the title. What I do there is type DEM1 so that it's easier for students to know what it is. WW1 refers to written work 1. And vocabulary words, put in the instructions, uh, open the attached slides, and type all your answers there. Make sure you click turn in after you're done. So I adjust the number of points here, set the due date, and then I click add, and then select from the Google Drive. I'll show you that one in a while, but you could always refer to these slides on your own when you are doing it slowly. So finally, our task for this one is to improve on your Google Slides. Send the slides to the Google class as an assignment, and click assignment. Select Google Drive, search for your slides, and when everything is done, click assign. Okay, so now I'll do it live. First, I'll go to my Google Classroom, click the apps, click Classroom. I'll select my Classroom, click Classwork to create an assignment. So I'll just fill it in. I'll say DEM1 written works 2. Change the number of points. I'll just give it 10 points, and I'll have it due on Tuesday next week. I'll change number of points. Okay. And then I will add a file from the Google Drive. So when you select the Google Drive, then you could search for the slides that you've made. So I could attach this one. Of course, it will look different from you. But now, here you could see that I could click this part. So the students could either view the file, edit the file. If you choose this one, all of the students will edit one single file, so you wouldn't want that. You want to make a copy for each student. Okay, and when you are done, click assign, and then that one would send it to the students. So in our live class, what we will do is hopefully you already have you tried this on your own while watching this video. If you send your materials to G5 test class, I will actually be able to receive your assignment, and then we could do troubleshooting, so that or I could answer your work, so that on the next time, you could actually grade the submission of the student. Okay, so it's just here right now. I'll see you on the live class. Thank you very much.